A good evening to you, Alfred. Well, you just came back from school. It's 5 p.m. for you, and you told me on Telegram that you are 15 years old. So, very interested to see how this interview goes. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. So yeah, I'm 15 and I'm from Sweden and yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool, cool. So, how did you find out about the real world?
Yeah, so it started like I've always tried to since I was 12, I always tried to find ways to make money online because I just thought it was cool. And then I saw I was just scrolling on TikTok and I saw some guy that was in the real world just that was, similar to my age, just making money and I was just like, oh, let me check this out and I joined and yeah.
Do you remember who it was? Because I know Alex is 15. Was it a copywriting? Someone who made their ones through copywriting or someone else?
So I think he started off with copywriting and then he did e-commerce, drop shipping. I remember the account name. I still follow him. So
What's the account name? Just wondering.
uh, I think it's Purple Hustler.
Oh, okay. So it might have been someone who made the video on that person and not them specifically doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you got inspired by someone else your age who was making a good amount of money. And you're saying from 12 years old, you've been trying things. So give me a bit more in depth on from 12 years old to 15, what have you tried?
Yeah, so I went on YouTube. I searched how to make money, and you get all these YouTubers, and a lot of it is like some of it's good, and then there's some just like half bad ways. So I tried a lot of things. I tried affiliate marketing, never really took off. I tried print on demand clothing with like organic traffic, and it just didn't take off because I didn't really know what I was doing. Like I watched like one video and then I just, started posting videos, just like didn't know like what to do. And then, like a couple months before I joined the real world, I had tried, drop shipping myself. Like I found some course on YouTube. It was free. So I just tried it and, I made like one sale and like that feeling like we make your first sale. It's like, it's just amazing. And then it wasn't a lot of money made. Like it was like $15 in profit. But I was like, it was the first time I like ever made any profit on the like on online. So it really like it's such a small win, but it still opened like my eyes in a way. And then I found the real world, obviously for TikTok, and I was like, all right, let's try it. And yeah,
Interesting. So why are you so worried about money at your age? Why are you not out playing with other people after school or doing something else?
yeah. So I don't know, it kind of interests me to have freedom to like do whatever I want and like truly I like working. I think it's fun. Like e-commerce, like there's a lot of issues that come up, but then you have like a bunch of people you can ask for help. Like you have the community, so I think it's really fun and to have like to get like the freedom that you can get from like financial freedom. It's just something that I want, and I figured like I don't have like I train quite a lot, but then I don't have like much to do after school, so I might as well do something like valuable with my time.
Right. Very well said. So what do your parents think about what you're doing?
Right. My dad thinks it's good. Like my mom was a bit like scared. She thought it was like some kind of scam. Um, but now I showed her like how it works, like what I'm doing, and she's like kind of on board with it. And my dad thinks it's fine and it's like
Hmm?
good. Yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, very understandable for parents not to
Yeah.
be sure about what you're doing. I mean, since you're younger as well, maybe they think, you don't know what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. But as you've seen, it's worked out for you quite well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you joined the real world, what did you go into? What campuses?
Yeah, so I started just, I think I didn't have much like starting capital. So I went in, I'd seen the guy on TikTok like talk about copywriting, and I just tried copywriting. And yeah, I did for like 2, 3 months, just learning and reaching out to hundreds of clients. But I don't think like anyone like, like responded to me. Like I didn't make any results. And then I switched to e-commerce, and just kept going there for a couple months. Tried a couple different products. It went bad because, yeah. And then like now, the last couple of, well, it was the last month, it's taken off.
Hmm. Okay, so with copywriting, what would you say? Why do you think it didn't work out? Was it your outreach strategy, or did you just not really like doing copywriting? Was it not for you?
Yeah, so the whole like business model, I don't really think it's for me like to reach out to clients like all day. Like you can definitely make money with it. Like there are a lot of people making money with it, but it's just not really for me. If I would have like kept going, and I think a big part is that I didn't improve my outreach enough. Like I just sent the same outreach to, like 100 clients, and I didn't really improve on it that much.
Hmm.
And I also should have tried different ways to reaching out, like using Instagram DMs, because I was just sending emails. And like, I can even say this for myself, like if I check my like email inbox now, my like drop shipping store email, I get a bunch of like marketing emails.
Hmm.
So like it's tough with email reach out.
All right. Okay, interesting. So, how has your e-commerce store taken off? How much are you earning now?
Yeah, so in the last 30 days, I found this product and I've done over 10K in revenue, which around 3K is in actual profit in the last 30 days.
Well, as a 15-year-old who is in high school, you've made 3,000 profit in 1 month.
Yeah.
That is very impressive, Alfred.
But
So again, what do your parents think about the money you've made from e-commerce?
yeah, so I mean, they think it's good that like because it's very like valuable to know these kinds of things. And but as I said before, my mom mainly is a bit like scared and skeptic about it because your 50-year-old son is making money online. It's like she obviously has the right to think it's a scam.
Mhm.
But yeah, I tried to explain it to her, so she knows now, and she's a bit less skeptical. But
Mhm.
yeah.
What about legality? Since do you not have to be 18 to own a dropshipping store or e-commerce store?
Yeah, so if you have your parents on board, you can ask them to to use their information. So like my dad's name is in the like company and everything. So essentially my dad is the owner, but I'm just running the business.
Ah, interesting. Okay, that makes sense. And in terms of it being a business, have you outsourced anything or are you purely doing everything yourself?
Yeah, so I need to outsource the customer like support because it's a pretty low leverage task, but it's so time consuming. So I'll probably look into that. And then as of right now, I spoke into an accountant to get some tips, and they're gonna help me with taxes as well, and all that stuff. So I can like purely focus on the business aspect.
Hmm. That's very interesting. At 15 years old, you're already learning about taxes, talking to accountants. I mean, even at my age now, I'm not even too sure about all the legalities that are happening. It's definitely something I'll need to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So
There's
even
so
you're
much.
ahead of me now. Pardon?
Yeah, there's a lot with taxes, like so many different rules, and it's very complicated. So to outsource that is just like a big thing.
Right. Okay, interesting. And how different is your average day now compared to before you joined the real world?
Yeah, so I still love school. So when I get home, like before, I used to like watch YouTube on my phone or just watch TV or like if I don't have like training or something. But now, I spend that time working. Now on the weekends I work a lot. And yeah, so the main aspect is that I've switched out like wasting time on social media for work. So
Very productive. Good. I mean, it just seems so insane. 15 instead of out playing with friends or just doing what younger. I don't want to say you're a kid. I don't want to use that language, but let's say what younger people do. You're not doing that. I mean, earning money, learning skill sets, talking to accountants. I mean, where does that mindset come from, do you think?
yeah, so it goes back like I've always wanted to just thing like having a nice car or being able to travel. I think it just amazes me. So, and the way to get there is by having money, right? So that's why it's interested me. And um, yeah.
Okay. So going back to the real world, how different is the material within the campuses? So you've gone through copywriting and e-commerce. So how different is it compared to what's out on the internet?
Yeah, so with the internet, like there's a lot of good information. But the thing is, like when you're running like any business, you're gonna run into these like specific problems. And to find out on like YouTube, it's very hard. But with like the real world, you can just ask the question in the chats, and a professor or captain or other student will reply to you very quickly. So it's very good.
Hmm.
Um,
Is there anything more to add about the community aspect? And did the Winch channel have any effect on you?
Yeah, so when you go in, like the first thing like I did, I checked out the Wins channel to see if people are like actually making money with this, and like I was surprised because you can kind of have this like idea that when you see the Wins channel, you can use that as motivation because you see all these other people like winning, and then you know that you can do it yourself.
Hmm. Right. And then in terms of community, is there anything else to add there?
Yeah, just having like being able to talk to people with like-minded goals in the chat is just great. Like,
Okay, cool. So what would you say was the biggest challenge you faced when you were first implementing what you learned for e-commerce?
yeah, just getting in like the mindset of just not giving up and keep testing, keep improving, because if you do, you're going to succeed. So just learning that aspect and realizing that if you just keep going, you're going to make it. Right?
Mhm. Fair play. And what would you say for what lessons have stood out to you in your time within the real world? Maybe that you could name, let's say 3 of them, or if you can't think of 3, then feel free to give less.
Yeah,
Which have
so
maybe had the most impact on you, or just whichever one stood out.
yeah, so just like basic like quotes from Andrew Tate, just him, when you hear like you don't realize this once before you have made any money, but it's the one where it goes, what is it? It's like the universe is absolutely giving. If you work hard, like improve, you will make it. And like you realize that is so true. Like if you just keep going, work hard, you will make it. So that one has had a lot of impact on me. And just having like the daily live calls every day in the, I think it's in every campus. It's just great. You can just, the community is just so good in the real world.
Hmm. Any other lessons that stand out? No problem if not.
Mm, yeah, so I like the Professor Arno where he goes over like not only like business wise, but like how to like talk properly, how to, get start conversations and things like that. Because, in the real world, you don't only have money, you have, there's a fitness campus, which I spent some time in, there's like a whole course on training plans, diets, like it's really great. Like it's a big spectrum of the reward.
All right. Okay. So since you mentioned Tate earlier, what kind of an impact has he had on you personally?
Yeah, so he's just like made me realize that like anything is possible. Like it doesn't matter from if it's fighting or making money. Like just look at his life. Like he started at the bottom, like super poor in some like state in London, and like now he's a multi-millionaire kickboxer, and he started from nothing. So it just really proves that if you put your mind to something, you can do it, like no matter what it is.
All right. So you say he's been a positive influence on your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. And do your peers in school know what you're doing? That you're in the real world doing e-commerce or no?
Yeah, so they know I do like drop shipping, but I mean they're not very like I don't like talking like to them about it because they don't really understand the whole thing. But yeah, they know that I do drop shipping, but that's about it.
Yeah. Because I was wondering what they think about it and if they treat you differently at all because of it. Or do you just not speak about it so you're going about your day to day completely normal?
Yeah, so I don't really talk. I don't see the like benefit of talking about it because they don't really know anything. And I heard them a couple times say, "Oh, I'm gonna start drop shipping as well," and I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." But they're never gonna start. So yeah,
Okay, fair enough. Because yeah, your mindset you have at your age, I'm sure you've seen yourself, is very rare. So it's interesting to hear your perspective. And since you're on this trajectory now, where do you see your life heading? Let's say in the short term, the medium term, and long term. What plans do you have?
yeah. So short term, I just wanna keep growing. I have the store right now that's doing well, so I just wanna start scaling that up much more, and yeah, just keep on going.
And what about more medium term and long term? Does that change at all? What you've just said?
Yeah, so I definitely like want to turn like my store into a actual brand to improve the customer experience, to get returning customers, and really build like a e-com brand because like the 16-day shipping or like it's not good for customer experience. We get customers complaining about the shipping times and so on. So really like building a brand where a customer like buys from you multiple times is really my goal.
Hmm. Okay. And what advice would you have to other people your age who are maybe unsure if they could accomplish something that you've accomplished?
Yeah, so if you're in the real world, you just look at the wins channel, just look at apply for advanced channel in the ecom campus, and you'll see all these people who once started just like you, making a lot of money. And it just proves that you can do it as well. And if you like actually focus and go through the course and listen to what the professors and captains are telling you, and you just keep going, like you will make money.
Right. And it's not something that's easy. You're saying from 12 years old, you've been trying things and failing. So it's taken you 3 years to finally find something that works, right?
Yeah, and if you're on the real world, like you have access to like the best information that there is, and you can get help like within like an hour max, and you just like you have this because when I was like starting out, I was searching YouTube videos getting a lot of like half good advice, and I didn't really know what to do. And that definitely like made the time frame like bigger. But if you're in the real world, you can definitely do very well in a shorter amount of time.
Hmm. Fair enough. So, for my final question, for people who are unsure about joining the real world because they're thinking maybe it's a scam for $50, from what you've seen, what advice would you have to them?
Yeah, so when you think about it, it's $49 a month. If you don't like it after a month, you can quit. Like, what's $49? You're gonna spend that on some bullshit anyway, so you might as well try a month, and if you don't like it and you don't feel like you get the value for your $49, then you can quit. Like, go ahead, but then you at least tried it, and if you don't like it, well, then that's up to you.
Okay, so Alfred, thank you very much for all your insights and thank you for taking time out of your evening to come on for this interview. I know, as you see for yourself, I mean, you have a lot of potential with everything you're doing. So I look forward to doing a follow up with you in future to see how things progress. And until then, I wish you all the best.
Yeah, it's been great being here.